Hello everyone, welcome here back to Musicians Edition. I'm Evan here on the guitar. We're going to go ahead and practice another one for those interested in funk or rhythm playing, and that is going to be adding in some swing to our songs. So we're still going to be practicing with those 16th notes. We're going to go ahead and add swing into those and see how that's going to fit in and help us add some more unique patterns. So swing I think of commonly in jazz, blues, or funk guitar tracks. So this is going to be great for those interested in that, or just adding a more unique feel to their playing. So it's really not that difficult, so we'll just go ahead and get into this. So what we're doing is looking at the difference between straightforward playing, which would be like this, nice and even, consistent strumming all the way through. And what we're going to do is add some swing, which is really, you can see how it's written on here. It has an arrow on that second one, what would be all those up strums. And that is saying that that's going to be a bit delayed, played a bit later. That's our swing. So every up strum we do is going to be a little bit delayed closer to the following down strum. So instead of, that's going to become this. Or if I press down, that is our swing. So again, as opposed to this, we're going to do this. So it's not about just going slower, it's just about delaying that, all those up strums in this case that we're playing on those off beats. That is going to be our swing. So we're going to go ahead and look at a few different rhythmic patterns that are going to have this swing in it, mixed between some scratching and some strumming plays. What chord you play does not really matter for this. I'm going to go ahead and just use E9, the regular funk chord. So here is the tab. You can pick which one you want to use. If you want to bar with your middle finger to get those top three strings, or if you just want to play it with your four fingers, either way works. E9. So here's our first one. So just again, get used to playing that swing if you haven't already. Consistent all the way through, make sure you can play it. Just kind of going back and forth between strummed hits and muted ones. I think it gets the hardest when you kind of come in or do something different on one of those upbeats, because you have a tendency to want to play it earlier. But in this first one, we're just going to go ahead and look at ones where we only make a change on the downbeats here. And we'll go ahead and add some of those harder ones in later ones. But here's our first one. We're going to go ahead and do 4 strums, 2 scratches, 4 strums, and then 6 scratches at the end. So let's just play this one time through. It's going to sound like this. Okay, one more time. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play this one as a loop. Join in with me on this one about that same speed. 1, 2, here we go. All right, that's great. We're going to go ahead and go on to the second one now. So we're going to be mostly doing those pairs of 2 again, but we're going to have 1 at the end here that's going to have a lone up strum. And I think this one is really challenging because you want to come in a bit sooner. I feel like that's what my hand is kind of telling me to do, but I got to make sure I keep my consistent rhythm and still come in delayed for that swing on this last one. So here it is. This is what it's going to sound like. All right, so there's that. Let's go ahead and play it one more time. I'll go just a tad bit quicker. 1, 2, here we go. So there it is. That lone up strum at the end can be the trickiest part to that one. Let's go ahead and move on to our last one.
This lesson is brought to you by the Musician's Edition practice book. Make goals and keep track of progress throughout the whole year. When you're done with this video lesson, don't forget to mark this practice time in your Musician's Edition practice book. Now back to the video.
Moving on to our last one, we're going to have some lone down strums, some lone up strums, along with the pairs coming in on different parts. It's going to sound like this. All right, so what's tricky here is you have some where you are playing that up strum afterwards, and some where it's just the down by itself, some where it's just the up by itself. So you got to make sure you are playing through each of those appropriately. Getting that up strum following the down is instead of lifting up early. So let's go ahead and play it. 1, 2, here we go. There it is. And so that finishes off our swing lesson. That was 3 strumming patterns for you to practice that swing. You can always go ahead and combine this with some of our other funk elements, different kinds of chords as well too. You can see how it can be useful and have a pretty unique feel to it. So hope that helps. Have fun playing that one, and we'll see you next time.